guys, it's Jay, and just wanted to do a quick tour of our second garden. And so I'm gonna flip us around so that you can see everything here. And here's little man and the other little man. But yeah, so let's turn around and let's go ahead and look at the second garden and what all we have there. Okay, and so here's the second garden, just to try and give a quick view. We have over here one of our plum trees. If I'm not mistaken, this one is the methley. So these leaves on this methley plum tree came after the other one, I believe, is a Santa Rosa. And so we'll go and look at that one as well. But we have one on each end of the beginning or edges of the garden. Right here, as you can see, we do have our beans. The ones here are the Lima beans is what we call them. I'm not sure the variety. And then we have these here, which are yellowing, which we're thinking is possible because of the squash bugs. But they are, and they're thinning out also. And so we're working on that problem. But you can see a little bit closer here where it's thinning out and yellowing, and we're going to have to spray them and get them taken care of. So yes, the squash bugs has done a number on those. But we did get 3 pretty good harvests off of these beans, and they are called the provider bean. And they are similar to a pole bean. They're green beans. And they come kind of long. This one, which is almost ready to be taken off. And then there are others. And so we'll have another harvest. They
like
have
this?
More beans coming.
Like this?
Mm-hmm. Here we have a line of sunflowers, as you can see. So here it was supposed to be a line of multiple flowers, but a lot of them did not pop up. Only the sunflowers came up at first, and then we got marigolds here, and then we have them all here and there down the line. And so we will have here mainly just sunflowers and marigolds. We'll see if any of the other flowers pop up that were supposed to be here. So we shall see. Here's another marigold. And they're just all down there. There's another one. They don't have any blooms, but they are here. You can tell by the leaves. Okay. And so that's the front end, or the first line of the garden. And then here's the second plum tree that sprouted its leaves, and it actually bloomed at first. And then it ended up sprouting leaves, and something is eating it up, which we did spray it. And so we'll have to come back and spray it again. And this is the Santa Rosa plum tree. And we did get both of our plum trees and nectarine trees from Isons in Georgia. But that is that. And then here we have a whole line of sunflowers, or I'll say a whole row. We're thinking about thinning them out because as you can see, they're pretty leggy, as you could say, like they're fighting for the sunlight. So it seems as though they are kind of leggy and fighting for some sun rays. Some are kind of big and some aren't. But as you can see, I'm getting closer. They're about my height. Like that one is pretty big. And it just goes down the whole line. Okay. And so you can see the goats here. Let's see if we can zoom. And there are our sweet little goats. Okay. And then let's go back to the front. And so here we are going to the line of okra. And so we have us like a half a row of okra. And they are doing pretty well, as you can see. At first it seems as though they were stunted in growth, but they are coming on up. So soon we'll have us some okra growing. Look at how beautiful that is. Beautiful. Okay, and then this was supposed to be broccoli. They are not doing that well. It must be too warm for them because this whole row, as you can see, was supposed to be broccoli, and it's just here and there's. Here's some here. Here we have the melon patch. So we can't walk through it because the vines are all intertwined. But when you look at it, it is 4 different rows of melons. And they are flowering. We have little melons. I'm gonna see if I can find some on the end. Let's see. Little baby melons. Where are they? Oh, I see one. Let's see if we can zoom in. There we are. And so they are in there. You just gotta find it. Isn't that pretty? And so they are all up and through here. And we are just excited. Just excited. Super happy. We still have some things that we want to add. Like in this area, this patch here, that we need to add amendments to and add in. But yes, we are excited for all of the growth, and soon we will be harvesting. We just found 2 pretty large ones. It's larger than the one that I just saw. Y'all, we have watermelons. They are huge, and yes, they are all over. And so we do have different varieties, but we have melons, watermelons, and also like honeydew. We will tell you the different varieties when we actually harvest them, and you'll be able to see the different pictures of the colors that we have. The next thing that we have here in the corner is our basil. And so this is really the basil that most people would see, closest thing to the Italian basil or whatnot, and it is flourishing. And then here we have our purple basil, and they both were planted pretty much the same, but the purple basil took off a little late, which is fine. We want it to go ahead and get big. Okay. Let's see if that gets as big as those. Next, we have the beans. And so these are our pole beans, our climbing beans. We have these bamboo that grows on our land. And so we don't have to purchase them. And we just use those as the trellises here and here. And so this is a cattle panel along with bamboo all the way up here so that it can climb. Okay, and I'm gonna step back a little bit. We were thinking that they would be a little bit more filled in, but they are not. And so that'll just be in time when all of them get there. But we do have blooms and we're happy. Now this, which is on the other side of the beans here, is the corn. So it's 2 rows of sweet corn. We had 4 rows, 2 here, 2 there, but it was popcorn, and you actually cannot plant 2 different varieties of corn because they would end up cross-pollinating and making the corn basically undesirable. And so we pulled up the popcorn and left the sweet corn varieties here, and they're looking pretty good. Waiting on them to go ahead and get bigger. They were actually not this big last week, so we are excited to see the growth in those. But they are looking good and healthy. Good and healthy. Come on over to the next 2 rows. Now these rows here, we have our rows of zucchini plants, and then this row is another row of beans. And if I'm not mistaken, these are our bush beans as well. And so it's kind of a succession planting that we have done. But yes, as you can see, we will zoom in for the plants. Everything is looking pretty healthy and looking good. No issues. You wetting everything? And so this is the back end of the beans and the trellis with the corn. Okay, and then this is just a close-up of the blooms here and some of the pods. And so here you can see the bean pods. There's a pretty big one. Okay, and that's pretty much the entire second garden. So that is our second garden tour. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it and would be looking for more. And so here are the sunflowers again. And then the rest of it. So again, thank you guys for tuning in to this garden tour and seeing what all we have and what we've planted this far and how it has grown. We appreciate the support and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye everyone.